Good morning, Agnes. I'd like to thank you so much for making some time to talk to me and our supporters of Signpost International this morning. I think it'd be really helpful if you could just talk to us a little bit about who you are and what ARUWE is to start with. That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephen, and good morning from Uganda. I'm very happy and excited to be speaking to you. My name is Agnes Mirembe, and I am the team leader here at Action for Rural Women's Empowerment. So I'm the executive director. And Action for Rural Women's Empowerment is a non-profit, non-government organization working with marginalized groups of people, especially the women and the girls. We envision seeing a world where women and girls realize their full potential. And our goal is to contribute to eliminating practices that discriminate the women and girls from participating in their social and economic development. Our theory of change is based on understanding that among the rural poor, women and girls and children are the most disadvantaged and marginalized. It's true where we work and where we live, women suffer a lot of inequalities in accessing, owning, and controlling productive resources, as well as decision-making, both at household and community level. So we are convinced that when girls and women are empowered with information, knowledge, and skills to participate, they can really actively make decisions, generate income, and sustain their livelihoods. And so therefore, for us, we believe in a holistic empowerment approach that enables women and girls to exercise and enjoy their rights. We do this through advocating for rural women's economic justice, promoting sexual and reproductive health and rights, promoting education and lifelong learning, but also now, very important, enabling communities to adapt to climate change and challenging the negative impacts of rigid and oppressive gender stereotypes. So those are the four thematic, we implement our programs under those four thematic areas that I have summarized in the northwestern regions in Uganda.
That's great. Now, I was just wondering if you could maybe just give us an example of one of your projects that we're supporting.
Yeah. So for us, we've been in partnership with Signpost since 2019, and we have been implementing wash and menstrual hygiene management projects in over 7 schools now in Mirembe region, focusing on improving hygiene and sanitation indicators in schools, but also in communities, but also encouraging and working around retainment and increasing retention levels among children, specifically the girls. In these programs, we have integrated it with a lot of capacity building of local structures, working so much with local leaders and the communities to promote ownership and sustainability, but also working around building and enhancing safeguarding processes in schools and communities. I would like to share one example with support still from Signpost and BFSS. In May 2023, ARUWE received funding to implement a project that we call as Teaching a New Tomorrow, where we are supporting vulnerable girls with education and income generating skills in Mirembe district in Uganda. So the project addresses, the poor primary completion. We have a very low completion rate of 6% specifically for girls. And this situation is coupled by, other factors like lack of livelihood skills and opportunities for the out of school girls and women. Uganda has really a high number of young girls dropping out of formal education. We are going to train about 120 youth in tailoring and entrepreneurship skills. We're equipping them with skills to make sure that they can, after this course, they can really survive on their own. And this is also alongside functional literacy sessions. We have our first cohort of 60 students, of 60 girls, already undergoing training, and ARUWE is going to facilitate their examination and certification by the Directorate of Industrial Training here in Uganda. But also, we are going to provide some some business startup equipment and material for successful candidates. We want also the girls in schools who are really doing formal learning to also get an opportunity to attend this course, the vocational school. And so during holiday programs and weekends, we also have sessions for girls specifically from primary 5, primary 7 to come also and acquire these skills.
I came to visit that project, didn't I, in June? I was really impressed with the demand there, the number of young women or young girls that are really desperate to try and do something because they get left out so much and they struggle to survive, especially the ones that end up getting pregnant. And it's a real challenge for them, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, we know for sure that the projects that we are implementing, sustainability cannot be possible unless the communities own the projects and they can really sustain it, but they can only work with local authorities. And so we have tried to build their knowledge around using a rights-based approach and making sure that they can always have discussions, that they can always negotiate and demand for improved services in the communities that they are working with.
That's great. Thank you, Agnes. That's a really good summary of what I think ARUWE is about. I think our supporters at least get an idea of the organization and what you're trying to do. I think it's really impressive. And the whole idea that you really have to take the community with you and get them to take the whole project on board to make it sustainable, I think is absolutely critical. Yes, so thank you so much for your time today. I'm sure our supporters will appreciate hearing from you. I will be in touch soon, no doubt.
Thank you. We want to acknowledge and appreciate Signpost International supporters. We want to let them know that without their support, we would not be able to do the work that we're doing. Their support makes a very, very big difference in the communities. So we thank you so much, the supporters. Thank you so much, Stephen.